Hey guys, Mark, Band Crazy Customs. Hey, we did a video the other day on some hoods. You guys seem to like it. So you didn't bust my chops too bad. Got a couple of little bit of feedback. One being that I needed to trim my beard. Done that for you. One is I needed to fix my flag. Had it hanging the wrong way. Got that taken care of. Today's topic is going to be gull wing doors. Everybody's favorite, right? Here's what we got. Years ago, we bought the J&J fiberglass molds. This is an original J&J fiberglass catalog. Joe Godwin was the founder. The parts that are in this catalog, same molds that he used as the molds we're using. We got the real deal. We got nice, straight parts that fit. Everything's great. So what you have is some guys are making copies out there. What they've done is they've got a door from Joe or a door from his buddy, and they make up a mold and they start knocking off, parts that are inferior. When you buy from Band Crazy Customs, you buy from the originals. The original molds that Joe made, which means he made a part, he made the mold. It was his work, his love, his sweat of his brow that went into these molds. These molds are 40 years old. We're still cutting parts off of them. This guy was a master at what he did. Okay, what you'll see here to my right here on my side is a original J&J fiberglass mold. This mold that we have here today, and what we're talking about today, are Chevy vans. The mold that we're looking at right here, this is a 77 to 95 Chevrolet side door. Okay, where this part right here I'm rubbing is the actual face, the part that you would paint on your van. Okay, what happens is you gel coat this surface, and then you start laying layers on. 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers, however many layers that you want. You lay those layers of fiberglass mat down, and then that goes ahead and makes the skin. Well, there's a second part to this door. And that is this mold. This mold is the inner panel. This is how you paint the door jambs. There was an old company out years ago that the inside door jambs were raw fiberglass or rough fiberglass. Joe came up with a way to make the inside panel, and when he made the inside panels, they were paintable just like the rest of the, just like the outside. So you had a nice clean door jamb just like a factory door. Has a handle pocket, has a center support for strength, smoking setup. This guy made a fantastic part. So what you wind up with is, out of that mold right there that I just showed you, you wind up with this part right here. Okay, this is your inside structure. Okay, you can still see I just popped it out, still got the fuzz on the outside edge. So what's it laying on? It's laying on an inside structure, or an inside skin. The inside skin on this one, this particular one, is the 70 to 76 without the body line. I have it with or without the body line, but those two molds are very close together, as most of you know, so I'm just using it as a demonstration on the video. So this piece would be bonded to this piece. Where at? On this seam right here, and that seam right there, or that flange right there. Those two would bond together. Okay, so once they're bonded together, that has a little bit of a trick to it. We've learned here at Band Crazy Customs how to put those together without having any issues of shrinkage. Okay. Once again, it's the quality of the materials that we're using today. Has nothing negative to say about Joe. What they had to work with is what they worked with. They had stuff that shrank. Although he did use high quality materials for his day, there was still a lot of shrinkage that was going on. And the cheaper the materials, the more shrinkage you have. Well, when you get done with those two pieces being put together, you wind up with a product that looks like this right here. This is a door right out of the mold. Okay? Finished on the outside, smooth, crisp, very crisp, clean lines, on the doors. Nothing foggy, nothing muddy, nothing rolled off. The lines are cut nice and straight, and they're clean as a pin. What you wind up with is, on the inside, you wind up with a nice inside finish panel. Just like I was telling you before, you could paint this. You can bolt trim to it at this flange. Okay, you can cover it up all the way down through the jamb. Very nice and clean all the way down through. And that is the difference. I mean, there it is. That door is just as nice and ready to go as any parts you would get from the factory. Clean, neat parts. So, a couple of things I want to bring out to your attention. That's the way the doors are bonded together. It's a two-piece, becomes one piece when it's dry, paintable on both sides. Our doors are straight. Years ago, people would complain about J&J having a little ripple in the middle of the door, where that center beam was. I showed you, when you bonded those two together, those would shrink together when he would glue them together with fiberglass. So what we've done is we've come up with a compound to hold those two together, where there is a 0.0009% shrinkage. Okay, it's just nothing. It absolutely shrinks none. So what happens is you don't get that deflection in the middle of the door like the old J&Js did. If you look at my red truck, you'll see my back door straight as a pin. Side door's an original J&J. Once again, I'm not beating anybody up. It's what you had to work with. But that wrinkle in the middle, we've taken care of. Here's where it gets a little funny. The guys that make copies of the molds, make copies from a part that has the wrinkle in it, all of their molds have the wrinkle in them. Then they bond the two together, and it shrinks up even more, makes the wrinkle even worse. So the moral of the story is this: if you want good, straight fiberglass gull wing doors, no ripple in the middle, no problem at all with them. J&J Fiberglass was the man. And who's got them now? This guy right here you're looking at, Van Crazy Customs. We got the molds, we got the baddest parts on the face of the earth. You want good quality show parts, you come see us. Hey, catch you guys at the Nats.